This is the part that should haunt every American voter. In July 2025, Randy Fine responded to a report about malnutrition deaths in Gaza by posting, "Release the hostages. Until then, starve away." That was not a policy argument. That was dehumanization. Even the American Jewish Committee criticized the implication that starvation could be treated as a legitimate tactic. Marjorie Taylor Greene, not exactly a left-wing critic of Israel, called Fine's post disgraceful. Think about that. Fine's rhetoric was so extreme that even people inside the pro-Israel and MAGA worlds pushed back. But this was not an isolated moment. Reuters reported that top House Democrats and civil rights advocates condemned Fine after he responded to Ilhan Omar's criticism of Netanyahu by referring to fellow Muslim terrorists. The Congressional Jewish Caucus later condemned Fine's anti-Muslim remarks, calling them abhorrent, racist, and anti-Muslim. So the pattern is clear. When the topic is Israel, Fine does not simply defend Israel, he attacks Muslims, he attacks Palestinians, he attacks critics. He turns human suffering into propaganda, and he acts like outrage over dead children is somehow a threat to Western civilization. This is exactly why the Israel lobby issue matters, because when American politicians become this devoted to a foreign government's narrative, they stop seeing the people harmed by that government as fully human. And once that happens, anything can be justified. Starvation becomes messaging. Bombing becomes security. Occupation becomes biblical destiny. Civilian death becomes collateral damage. And American Muslims who object become terrorist sympathizers. That is not leadership. That is moral collapse. The question is no longer whether Randy Fine supports Israel. The question is whether his loyalty to Israel has made him unfit to represent Americans who refuse to worship Israeli policy. Like, follow, and share for part 6, because next we connect the lobby, the trip, the rhetoric, and the foreign influence machine.